Welcome once again to our weekly news roundup. I'm Alvin, and these are our stories. We have three stories for you for today. The first is Firefox to add Tor browser anti-fingerprinting technique called letterboxing. Google warns users to immediately update Chrome browser after critical bug discovered. And Intel CPUs afflicted with simple data spewing spec-exec vulnerability. Our first story is Firefox will be implementing this anti-fingerprinting technique called letterboxing. In version 67, which is scheduled for this mid-May of 2019, Mozilla, which is the developer of Firefox, will be adding letterboxing. Letterboxing essentially adds gray space which keeps the window width and the height of the browser or the page at multiples of 200 pixels by 100 pixels during window resize operation, generating the same window dimensions for all users. This is important because advertisers can track your resolution size, essentially giving them the ability to make a sort of virtual identity of how you place your browser on your desktop. Essentially, let's say you have this weird resolution because your monitor is small. They can fingerprint that resolution to you specifically and cater ads to you. Advertising networks often sniff certain browser features such as the window size to create user profiles and track them using that. This will be a good addition to the majority of privacy features already in Firefox, and I for one use Firefox because not only does it use less memory than Chrome, but it's also they are also concerned by for your user privacy. Our next story is the other side, which is Chrome. Google has warned users to update their browsers because they've found a critical bug with the Chrome browser. Google warned both Mac users and Windows users to urgently update their internet browser because they learned there's an exploit that's currently in the wild. Google Chrome 72.03626.121 addresses a vulnerability in the file reader of the browser, which is an API included in the browser that allows web applications to read the contents of files stored on a user's computer. As you might assume, since the API can read the files on your computer, it can if exploited, it can read any file on your computer. So let's say you have you're one of those people who save passwords or any potential information that might leak. It can be exploited and stolen by hackers, essentially. So for now, if you're a Chrome user, please update your Chrome browser as soon as possible, okay? Or you could be like me, switch to Firefox. It's better. All right. The last story is unfortunate for our Intel users out there. An Intel-specific vulnerability called Spoiler has been revealed by computer scientists at Worcester Polytechnic Institute in the US and the University of Lübeck in Germany. This security shortcoming can be potentially exploited by malicious JavaScripts within the browser or malware running on the system or rogue logged-in users to extract passwords, keys, and other data from memory. But an attacker requires some kind of foothold on your machine to pull this off. This vulnerability appears to be cannot be patched through any software level fixes. It can't be modified through the software side. The researchers say this needs to be addressed in the silicon level, which is the CPU hardware itself. Intel, however, claims that they may be able to prevent this issue through software, but for now, if this is true, we don't know yet. We might see patches for it from Intel, but I'm not very hopeful for that, since we've already went through Spectre already for both Intel and AMD. Good news, however, AMD users are not affected by this vulnerability, which is spoiler. So yeah, rejoice, AMD fans out there. All right, thank you for watching the weekly news roundup for tech. Once again, my name is Alvin. Please stay tuned in our Facebook page, and we'll be also linking our Instagram page because we have something cooked up on Monday. All right, like our Facebook page, follow our Instagram. Also follow my Instagram, which should be linked in the video. All right. Once again, this has been Alvin. See you next week. Okay.